Okay, we are live on Facebook on Spiritual Events Directory. Hopefully, we never know
Fingers
where we
crossed.
go. So I'm going to start my little, I love this little triangle. We're going to call in any and all who need to be here to help us do what we have come to do, want to do, know how to do. So welcome to the Woo Woo Show. It's presented by our wellness community. My name is Michele Scott, and each and every week, if you join us each and every week, and of course we absolutely hope that you do. We love our raving fans. If you join us each and every week, you know that we have a special guest on each and every week. This week I have two, because this week we are talking astrology, we're talking the planets, we're talking to the Astro Angels.
Hello.
Welcome to the space, ladies. We've got Sondre Callec, Feminine Power and Prosperity, and we've got, now Bernie, you've got a bit more in your title, Bernie Giggins, and it is, I'm going to get you to say it.
It is the Soul Freedom Alchemist.
Yes, but your business?
Inner child healing, but assisting people to powerfully reclaim what's rightfully theirs.
I love it.
Juicy.
So, ladies, welcome to the show. And what about you? I love that whole idea of an elevator pitch, Sondre. And if you had to, give us your elevator pitch about what you do and Wealthy Goddess, how she helps us is?
Oh, well, I would say that the Wealthy Goddess gets you to really align your focus with your soul mission, right? And we all have these tools and certificates and all of these things that we've gained on our own spiritual and self-development pathway. And it's, I help women get all of their sherbet and glitter, get everything it is that they've done into one place so that we can create a program, whether that be, like a program that runs by itself or some one-on-one coaching, whatever it is, so that we can get it into one place so the clients can go, yes, not yes to our program, but yes to themselves and the journey they're about to go on. And so I feel profoundly privileged to be in that space, and it is a space that lights me up like no other. So that's what I do there in Feminine Power and Prosperity, along with the Wealthy Goddess Code.
I love it. And it's actually, I love how you put it, Sondre, to heart of feminine presence, so it's really about teaching the wellness, the alternative, the holistic, the spiritual entrepreneur and practitioner how to fine tune their feminine power and prosperity to achieve greater wealth and abundance.
Yeah, but it's like, without that, we're kind of scattered ourselves. We need to bring ourselves into one container, which is our bodies, and actually powerfully present that to the world. So that's the part about the power.
That's going to be absolutely fantastic to talk through in this session, Sondre, because we're also going to talk about your beautiful sacred circle. And then Bernie, as Bernie said, Soul Freedom Alchemist. And Bernie, so for you, it's all about, helping us reclaim what is rightfully ours, helping us to, the missed opportunities, the regretful choices, the promises broken, the betrayals, etc. You're going to talk a little bit about Fawn to Fearless, which is your fabulous program coming up. But we're going to start off with astrology.
Yay!
Isn't it terrific? We need some music because we're always breaking into song and we're feeling like we want to dance. But ladies, let's start off with Astro Angels, because you're coming into our wellness community tomorrow night at 6:15, and you're going to have the show every week in our wellness community. It's going to be all about the astrological and how we can use that energy to really, do some things differently down here. So give us a little intro, give us a little of, what can we expect in your show?
Oh, it's going to be super duper exciting. I can tell you that much. So I'll let Bernie take the lead in terms of what we're doing astrologically, and then I'll just kind of like put my little tuppence worth in as she goes and why that's important to us. Yeah.
Love a tuppence.
I love a tuppence too.
So we're using the moon, the planets, the stars, the universal energy to show us, just to show what we need to do. And it's almost like, having the stars watch us, our little souls here, And so each planet has a special need or a special whatever it is. We've got 4 retrogrades. Retrogrades go into reset, relook, it's re. So it's almost like go to your room. There's something wrong in there. Let's clean it up before you go forward. What needs to leave, what needs to go, and then we go forward.
Ooh, reassess.
Sorry?
Reassess.
Yeah.
Or you could say all the different re's. Okay, reassess, rejuvenate, anyway, it's just amazing.
I love it.
So the one that's coming up, we talk about the new moon, which is coming up next weekend, which is on the 17th. And the new moon is all about manifesting. The full moon is about releasing, letting all the emotions go, really emptying out. So emptying out all the energy. And then 2 weeks later, it is, okay, so now we're going to, what do we want to bring in? What's our manifesting? So I guide you into all of that as we go through. And I said, it's almost like if you know in advance what you need to work on, you've got, I call it the tutors. The tutors are helping us. The tutors are coming in and they're saying, look, go over here. If you don't do it, the universe will do it for you.
Yeah. And nobody wants a universal push.
If you're not in the right relationship, the right career, the right health, anything else like that, and we're in the retrograde and you haven't done your homework or your inner work, the universe will do it for you because you're not in alignment with where you need to be.
Yeah.
So it's really good when you're in alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I love about what we'll be talking about in Astro Angels is like the new moon. And, for me personally, I went into early menopause at 38.
Wow, yes.
So I lost, my whole cycle in terms of how I related or how the moon and the stars and the planets and Mother Earth were really relating to me. And so, bringing in this energy of knowing when to manifest, and it's like putting me back into a rhythm that has sort of been in the shadow. And so it's a perfect, I'm so excited about our manifesting moon because manifesting is like a muscle, right?
Yeah.
We can't just go, oh, okay, great. I want everything to fall into alignment because that's not how it works, right? We've got to keep building the manifesting muscle and keep coming back and refining what it is that we say that we want. So it's pretty cool stuff.
It's very cool stuff. So what we're going to do is let's have a look at who is saying hello on, and this is beautiful. We've got lots of lovely ladies here. So ladies, what we're going to do is we're going to talk, with the Astro Angels as the session unfolds. You're going to learn a little bit more about what's sort of happening in the heavens at the minute and how we can bring that down here. As Sondre just said, the energy to manifest is coming up. That doesn't mean that we just kind of do that.
Active participation would help.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be lovely? So we're going to talk that through, but we're also going to do some readings for you and draw from some really insightful cards for you. Now, ladies, do you want the audience to ask a question, or is it enough for them to say, I'd like a little bit more insight, and we'll just kind of go with the flow of that and go to where we are drawn and just draw a card?
I think that we should just go for the in-tuned thing. Whoever is there and really wants a card reading, then let's just tune into that collective energy.
Excellent. And ladies, what we want you to do is go and join Sondre in this post. The links to join Sondre's community and Bernie's community is there for you. We'd love you to go and join their community. You're all going to go into a draw to win a complimentary, a 15-minute complimentary reading, ladies.
Oh, that sounds like that'll stretch out to at least 30, but we'll have a little bit of fun.
Or we might even give 2 away for 15 minutes.
Oh, you never know.
You never know, ladies. So we'd love you to join in. We'd love your support. All of these fabulous women, including our wellness community. We are women on a mission, women with a passion. We really, we know what we know, and we want to share that with you so we can all grow better in body, mind, and soul. So we've got Elizabeth watching. We've got Lisa. We've got Ray. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Yeah, let us know where you're from as well. That would be awesome. And if you would like a card drawn for you,
absolutely,
then let us know. So we might start off with, okay, beautiful. Kerry, welcome. Kirsty.
Hello.
And so Elizabeth, we'll start with Elizabeth. Ladies, who wants to go first? Bernie or Sondre?
Oh, Bernie, you're up.
So I'm going to write down the names. So I've got, now Bernie, you're going to read for Elizabeth, and then I'm going to put down Kirsty, Kerry, Elizabeth now, Kirsty and Kerry. We really need singing lessons.
Oh, we do, all of us. Without any background music, it's always interesting, isn't it?
Okay,
All
but
right.
Charlie
I've
Ross,
just checked in with
beautiful.
my cards and they are ready to go.
Wonderful.
It's going to be exciting.
Wonderful. So Bernie, you're going to read now for Elizabeth.
Okay, so welcome, Elizabeth. Your card that came up tonight is all about it's time to take action, and it's all about the new moon in Aries. So the new moon in Aries, what Aries is, it's the first sign of the zodiac. So it's a new beginning. So it's just igniting. Where do you want to go? Open it up. Dream big. Don't hold yourself back. But it's also you have to meet the universe halfway. You can't just wish it and dream it. You have to meet the universe halfway.
Yep.
So it's the other part of Aries is that it's the it's all about new start, superbly positive sign that something's going to happen in your life as well. It's a yes from the universe. When you think about new beginnings, it's there's nothing else. It's like walking on snow. There's no one else been there with whatever you've got. So you may still have a long way to go, as what they say, but determination, self-assertion, bravery are called for. But the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor that you're asking about. The caution is don't go too fast or forget your manners. I love this about soul manners. Okay, so when you ask the soul or the universe, then make sure that when something comes in that you are grateful and you say thank you, and you ask with soul manners, and that's what it's all about, And
like gratitude is an amazing power all in of itself, isn't it?
Absolutely. The more that you're grateful for, the more the universe goes, wow, if they really want this, I'll give them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Soul manners.
Yeah.
Okay, so finishing off there for Elizabeth.
So do your best and be happy. Avoid, and it's just allowing yourself to take action, meet the universe halfway.
Wonderful.
Thank
we
you.
just had thank you to Jane Ann Boyd, who's actually sent 50 stars. Which,
Jane Ann Boyd, we love you.
Which is absolutely awesome. So we might, she jumps to, I think she might jump to the beginning of the queue there. So
I think she
Sondre,
does.
if you want to draw a card for Jane Ann,
right.
that's terrific. But Elizabeth said to Bernie, thank you. I'm starting a life skills social program for young adults with additional needs.
Oh,
fantastic.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, amazing.
Big yes.
Amazing. How cool is that? That is so cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So Sondre, you're going to pull a card for the beautiful Jane Ann, who has just sent us 50 stars.
All right. So this is the card for you, beautiful Jane Ann. Let me make sure that this is Artemis, right? And she's the goddess of the hunt, right? But for any arrow to land, you must know where your focus is.
Ooh.
All right. And so I think this is a really powerful card. And Michele, number 4. So I'll let you talk about the number 4 very shortly when you've got a gap. But, what's really amazing about this is that my overarching, like my, what do you call it? My company entity is actually focus coaching. So I think that this is truly amazing that this card would be drawn like right now, because it does require our unrelenting focus on what it is that we say that we want, right? And we swerve around and we do all these sorts of things. But, one thing I learned way back in my 20s was, in my first, mindset course was weak and scattered thoughts create weak and scattered forces, right? And we want to be a force for good, right? We want to bring all of our wisdom and our joy and our life's work out into the open. And we can only do that with unrelenting focus that comes from knowing what it is that you actually want to do. Right. And so let me just have a little look at my book. And so, anybody that's following along, this comes from the Goddess Power cards by the beautiful Callec Bernie, and it says that sometimes your focus can be on one thing, one outcome and one expectation. And it says to always make sure that you are fixated on the right thing so that you don't become blindsided by those things that are outside of that focus, right?
Yeah.
So Artemis is calling us to be focused,
Yep.
but to also soften our focus. And we can only soften our focus when we are in line with our feminine energy, right? Because otherwise it's go, 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 masculine, masculine, right? And we want to be open up to what the beautiful goddess has to share with us through softening our hearts, softening our spirit, and remaining focused all at the same time. So that's your card, my beautiful girl.
It's awesome.
I hope that
Jane Ann.
Yeah, Jane Ann, you're
wonderful.
Awesome. We love you.
Wonderful. And the number 4, of course, ties in with all of that, Jane Ann. The number 4 is all about foundation, all about one step at a time, all about the smaller details that make up the big vision. And if you don't pay attention to the small details that make up the big vision, you can't realize the big vision. So, and I heard a lovely little quote the other day from a fabulous new book that I'm listening to and reading. And I loved how he said this, which was, be less concerned about where you are. Be less concerned about where you are at and more concerned about the trajectory that you're on, because you could be a millionaire at the moment, but if you are spending recklessly, you are on the fast track to being poor. And similarly, if you are starting to budget now, but you don't actually have anything to show for the new budget you've put in now, you are absolutely on a trajectory to becoming financially abundant. So it's the small details and it's the plan with the number 4.
Yeah, loving it.
Ladies, I wanted because you know Astro Angels, you're coming in tomorrow night in our wellness community at 6:15 p.m. every week. Ladies and gents, come into the wellness community and tune into these beauties, because you're going to be taking all of what's going on up there in the sky and bringing it down to earth, so we can use the energy to do all sorts of things. And we're going to talk about Sondre's circle, but we're going to start with Bernie. Tell us about from fawn to fearless. Now, what is fawn?
Okay, so what fawn is a part of our survival techniques when we're little kids. So it's fight, flight, and freeze.
Yes.
So fight is, as a little kid, you're standing up and I'm not going to do this. And then little by little you chip down, so then you turn into flight. And then the flight is, I'm leaving. And the parent will say, you do that again and you're going to get such and such. So it's a trauma that sticks in. Freeze is, I just don't, it's just paralyzed. I can't go anywhere. But the fawn is, you become part of the person to calm the person down. The deepest people pleaser, like it is, conflict management, the referee, all of those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But what the fawn eventually does is it forfeits your voice, your vision, and your voice, your vision, as well as your value. So you're not very important. You make sure that everybody else is in front. You're the bridesmaid. You are, putting everybody up, but nobody sees you. So there's a part of you that is doing that, but the other part's really resentful, really angry on the inside that I don't get seen.
Yeah.
So it's just this constant inner conflict.
Yeah.
But once you understand the fawn part, you go, okay, I understand that there's no trauma here now. I am okay. So you step into the adult side, and then you start healing that part, and then you start going forward. Because you've forfeited, because you have lost out, because you've missed opportunities, because you were not in the right mind, because you were fawning, like you were just the deepest people pleaser. What happens is once you clear that, you can actually claim those things back. You go, okay, but the biggest grief, you're either angry, but there's a lot of grief in there as well, because I missed out, I haven't got a life. There's a lot of lost opportunities. But once you're in tune with your own body, like Sondre was saying about being grounded in the body, you can actually reclaim that back, and you say, I am here now, and this is who I am. I'm not scared. The fawn is sort of like, the deer in the headlights. The deer in the headlights,
Yeah.
You don't know how your body's going to react. Is it going to fight, flight, freeze? But most of us stay in the fawn because we want to please everybody.
It's
Yeah.
like that deepest chameleon, isn't it?
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And you know, to our audience watching, you know, I hadn't heard, I'd heard of, you know, fight, flight, freeze. I hadn't heard of fawn until I met the beautiful Bernie. So if you too are new to the word fawn, then I'd love you to just pop a yes into the comments and let us know, you know, what did you just think about what Bernie said there about fawn and you know how fawn is all about people pleasing and not exercising your will and really becoming you know, just overwhelmed by the world really eventually, and you just don't get what you want, Bernie.
Yeah. I becomes we. There's no I. It's
I hear you.
Yeah, and I love it. You've got a fabulous new program starting. So, you know, ladies, we'd love you to go and join Bernie's community. Is the link to Bernie's community is in the post. We're going to do some more readings for, I've got Kirsty on the list. I've got Kerry. I've got Charlie Ross. I've got Shell. I've got Lynette. And I've got Trish Murray also wanting a reading. And now
Fantastic.
and beautiful Therese. Actually, this is perfect for you, Bernie, because Therese, and she's a raving fan, a very loyal fan. She has shared our post by 10, so we're going to do a reading for her now. Bernie will do one because Bernie, she wants to know, she's interested in health, but also self-love.
Oh, okay.
And I think that ties in beautifully with, you know, the fawn archetype that you're talking about there. Hello, Karen. And Kerry said, yes, can relate. And the reading that Sondre did for Jane Ann, she said, spot on, excellent advice.
Woohoo! Love it. Awesome.
Trish Murray just said that too. Interesting insight there, Trish said.
The biggest thing is, who could we become if we knew how to reclaim our true power?
Yeah.
When you actually know where you are, the reason why you're doing it, when you understand and are aware, oh, okay, now I know, now it's time to move forward.
Absolutely.
Amazing, beautiful people turning up soon.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Bernie needs to do a card reading for who, Michele?
Therese, you're doing a reading there for Therese. Therese. She wants to know about health and self-love. So if we could do one for her very quickly. And then Sondre will do one for Kirsty Bain in a moment. And I've still got,
Alrighty, okay, and reading up on my card.
Terry on the list, and Charlie and Shell and Lynette and Trish, I've got you on the list as well. So one for Therese.
Okay. Okay. So what you've got tonight is the beautiful new moon in Pisces, and it's called Meditate and Contemplate.
Ooh.
So it talks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It's, again, another new start coming your way, connected to the matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being totally in an altered state. Could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before, that's what you're expecting. So a lot of these sorts of things, if you can get out of your head of what you've had before, and again, like we said before, what is the biggest dream? What are, you know, and then be able to have no expectations. This or something better is what we usually say, because the universe, we've only lived the size of a postage stamp, and the universe has the size of a whole envelope. So if you can always say this or something better, you are handing it over to the universe. I don't know what's out there for me, but, you know, whatever is for my highest good, thank you so very much. This Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries, the depths of emotions, hopeless romantics, and it's also the new moon. It's time to listen to your feelings, allow your emotions free reign. What you're feeling is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself until somehow only you know what the case is or not. If you're on a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul, your heart, could bring about the manifestation of your dreams. And then the other part is, you know, with all of this, it's just being able to meditate and contemplate. Go into your heart space, and then just even listening to the body, because your head's going, I want this, and I always say it's like the jockey, but it doesn't listen to the horse. If you can come in and you listen to your heart, and get in there, you're always going to win the race. So
Yeah.
meditate. What is the best for your, your heart? What was the old expectation? And then change it into this, this or something better. And, just go away from the old one or even just clear it. But
Run far and run fast.
You're headed in the right direction. So there you go.
Beautiful.
That is
Stunning.
amazing. Thank you. And I love how you said then, if it's for my highest good, but you said something before then about manifesting the word.
The postage stamp, this or something better.
Yeah, oh, this or something better. I love that.
Yeah.
Something better.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Sondre, over to you, darling. You're going to do a reading there for Kirsty. But before you do that, I love, I love Sondre's work. I love how Sondre just has this beautiful way to, show you how to bring it all together in a way that is really unique and authentic to you. And you've got so many, you've got so many tips and tools and practices, Sondre. And of course, your beautiful sacred circle is one of those, sacred containers that you've created to really help the wellness spiritual entrepreneur find her everything and share that with everyone, but in a way that creates abundance. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I can say that I feel extremely honored and privileged whenever I go into circle.
Yeah.
And the space that is held within that sacred container as we learn how to be present for ourselves and understand ourselves in a deeper way, that is reflected to us through the stories of other women, right? And we get to acknowledge and see ourselves in those. And we also get to see the possibilities that open up from that deep sharing, right? And it is the way that we can truly start to not just tap into our heart space, but tap into the reservoir of power that is within each individual. But for women especially, it's a sacred space. It is the space where all life comes from. And we as women have a profound ability to transform and transmute any energy into pure life. And whether that be in bearing a child, whether that be bringing an idea or a concept out into the world, that takes great sustenance. It takes great gracefulness, to be able to do all of those sorts of things. And so the Feminine Power and Prosperity Circles are all about a space that is safe. Because a woman who is without safety, who isn't connected with other women, who doesn't feel like anybody has her back, right? That woman can't shine. It doesn't matter what she does, if she doesn't feel that safety and that inherent safety that she learns to entrain in her own body, then we're kind of throwing, in fact, caution to the wind. Yeah, and so the sacred circles that I hold have been magnificent during this time of COVID, right?
Yes,
and I hold Mastery Circle, which Bernie's part of, every Monday morning, and we come together and we deeply share our experiences. Right, we've been in circle now for 2.5 years, something like that, right? So we deeply get to unfold whatever it is that's been going on. And the circle that runs on a Tuesday evening, that's been a small container of women who are committed to finding their truth. And it's been profound over this period of COVID. And for me too, like I've been injured, like I've got this injury thing going on, and it's been like, it's really made me kind of hit a wall. But the one thing that I've kept going through thick and thin is this circle, right? And it's amazing. So that's what I do in circle. It's a way to pull in from outside of yourself all that is rightfully yours. Yeah, so it's, oh my goodness, I could talk for hours.
I know. So on that note.
Yes, on that note, tell me.
It is, that's beautiful. So as you say, it's so therapeutic, it's empowering, it's a moment and an opportunity to be heard. And when you feel heard, it's out, it's out, and there's space, and new things can land. I mean, I'm like you. I couldn't talk loudly or long enough about the benefits of women gathering. It's absolutely awesome. But your circles too have that little bit of distinction in that it is specifically for those of us in the industry, those of us, no matter where you are at audience in terms of business, whether you're at the beginning, the middle, or you've broken through to the next level, it doesn't matter. There's always another level.
That's right.
And so Sondre's circle is for that, wherever you are at in your business, come and band together and get that support.
And also learn some practices.
It can be lonely, yes.
Learn some energetic practices. There's a whole lot of talk about grounding, right? And I'm all for grounding, but for God's sake, ground in your power. Step forward with that, knowing that will always be there to catch you. And the practices that we learn, they empower you to always tap into that. So if you're looking for a home, a woman's container, then by all means, come on over. It'd be my pleasure and honor to serve you in that way. It really would be. Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, now we've got some more readings to get.
Yes, I've got Kirsty.
Sondre's going to read for Kirsty. I've got Kerry on the list. Shelley.
Kirsty. Did Kirsty have a question?
No, I don't think so. I didn't see a question there, so we're just going to go with the card because all the comments are moving very quickly. Oh my goodness,
I'm excited. This is Lakshmi. And she is all about your fortune, right? And she is abundant in the giving of your fortune. She is the one that basically says exactly what I've been saying. Let's pull all of your resources, all of your wisdom, all of your talents, all of your innate skills and create something that is worthwhile and produces a result in the marketplace. She doesn't quite say that, I do, but it's all in the same vein because she's about creating a fortune for you. And for us fortune's not going to fall from the sky. We all know that as much as we wish for it, right? We want to be in alignment. We want to have offerings that serve other people. And that's what this is all about. This is the number 27, Michele, if you want to talk about it. But I can tell you from this book, she says she heralds the celebration of your purpose, your wisdom, and your compassionate prosperity, or what I would call peaceful profits. It's all about your experience and your skills are rich in meaning and purpose. And as a result, you can expect to see the evidence of this in wealth in the world around you. So, Kirsty, I love this card, honey. I'm happy to, if you want to friend me on Facebook or send me a message, I'm happy to send you the wider reading of this one because it's a doozy. Love it. So that's Lakshmi, number 27, Michele.
And so, ladies, what we also want you to do is come and join Bernie and Sondre's community. So the links are in the post. Go and click on their community, become a fan. We'd love, any.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. This is a time where the big structures and the foundations that we are used to are a thing of the past. I mean, moving forward, we need to be building, new enterprises. We need to, all of these, women on purpose, and there are so many of us that are really rising up now.
Yeah.
We'd love you to support, all of us, but we're also going to actually make have a little bit of fun with it. If you join their community, go into the draw and there'll be, a reading or two, a complimentary mini reading that might be given away.
Yeah. And I think too, I just want to add to that, as women on the rise, the currency for women on the rise is connection. Like, how much are you in communities? How much are you participating? What other communities are they linking you to? And what other opportunities are they linking you to? That's the currency. Yeah.
That's
so
good. That's so good. Okay. So we've got Kerry and Charlie. Now, just on that number 9, that was 7 for Kirsty, that card that Sondre pulled for Kirsty was actually a 2, 7, and then 2 + 7 becoming 9. I mean, I didn't catch all of what Sondre was saying because I was trying to capture all these beautiful comments coming through. But I know that the number 2 is very much about self-love. And if you pour love into yourself and into every endeavor you put your hand to, you can only manifest something that is going to be beautiful. The number 7 is really listening to, we have a head, we have a heart, we have a spirit. So a lot of people get stuck in the head. It's really about bringing all of those, your intuition together with your heart sense and your common sense. We need to be grounded.
I'm going to have some common sense.
We also need to use our energetic power, because there's a lot going on that is unseen and unsaid. And if you can tap into that, you can make anything happen. And then the number 9 is really when you're focused, things always change for me, ladies. Sondre put a finger on this before. Things always change for me. With the number 9, it's about less. If there's less self in things I do, as much as I need to be strong at the core of my life, when I go through difficulties and I bring myself back to helping others, being grateful for what I have, when I bring myself back, when I take me out of it for just a little minute and I focus on what's really important and being kind, being a little less me and being a little bit more about how I can serve, things move forward for me.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. I think we can all raise our hands for that one. Yeah.
So Kerry, okay, we've got, what can we pull out for Kerry there, Bernie?
We are going to
Kerry.
Okay. Is Kerry got a question or?
Not so much with the questions, just with Natasha sent some stars as well. Well,
Thank you,
Natasha. We're going to have to bump her up the list a little bit because she has some stars there. Now, Natasha did have a question there, but I'll come and copy that down in a moment. Let's pull a card for Kerry. Bernie will do that. And Sondre will pull a card for Charlie because we've got a few more readings to get through. And then I'd like to talk a little bit more with the ladies about, their Astro Angels show, which is coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, be very cool.
So, Kerry, your card is look at the big picture. It's all about the full moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is a time when we're reminded that life is an adventure. There's a big wide world out there to see beyond our backyard. It's about having fun, being prepared to sail into the uncharted territory. It's about big ideas versus the details. No matter when you draw this card, it encourages you to look at the big picture, as Michele was saying at the beginning of the year. As well, are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Are you in your head too much, as Michele just said before? Step back into your heart. Is this right for you? Your soul, your spirit will always guide you in the right direction, unless you're a fawn. because a fawn is a trickster. You feel that you're doing the right thing, but it actually derails you because it feels that you're going into an unsafe space. As Sondre was saying, we need to feel safe. So it's just being able to but know your heart. If you are a fawn, then acknowledge it because you can change it. But go back into your heart. What is the right thing, the highest thing? What is better for me? What, look back at the bigger picture, step back and be your soul observer for it all as well. What's the most positive thought that you can have about your current situation is another part of it. Now's the time to count your blessings, like we were saying before, the gratitude of what you have. Whatever you're grateful for, the universe, it's like as if you are taking care of whatever it is. And so the universe wants to reward you even more. So even if it's just a crappy thing, you just go, oh my God, everything is for our experience and everything is there. So thank you so very much for this experience. I need to learn this lesson. And the lesson, as soon as you learn the lesson, it doesn't come back. It closes the door and you move on, you're getting stronger. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks to go with an uncertainty on this journey called life. But again, I would say connect to your heart and your soul or your spirit and then be guided by that. So thank you. There you go.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bernie. And for Charlie, now Charlie does have a question, Sondre.
Oh,
question, work about to change, putting hand up for a redundancy, looking for some guidance to what I should do. So work versus life, purpose, inspiration, guidance on that.
All righty. Okay. Interestingly enough, Charlie, your card is communication with the beautiful, let me try this again, with the beautiful Isis. Right?
I love Isis.
I know. She's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And, what she's got is she's got all of these in this card. She's got all of these angel wings coming out from her head like a helmet, right? And so for me, that's always about clear communication, right? Not only what you're speaking out of your mouth, but what you're aligning to, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're intuitively knowing, right? And she's got her third eye, holds a medallion. So that's another thing, to be really clear and to have your third eye open up, right? It's bringing you messages. So if you've put your hand up for a redundancy, I would say that in terms of the communication that you know would be really cool, or how you could use this card, is how can you be more clearer about the things it is that you say that you want, right? And how can you put your hand up in such a way that actually has that request answered? And so, you know, I love to tell a little story every now and again because it might just help somebody else. And so, you know, in communication, we want to be clear that we're actually speaking our truth, like it's coming from our heart, and it is for the good of all, right? That's always my thing, is like, is what I'm about to say for the good of all? And, you know, sometimes I can say that it's not, but sometimes it is, right? But it's like, how do you clearly state what you want without coercion, without manipulation, without bribery, like, you know, swapping and trading? So the clearer that you can be about your requests, the more likely you are to be able to call forth what it is that you want. So I really hope that helps, Charlie. And if you want to send me a private message, you're most welcome to do so. I'd be happy to share that card and what the beautiful Colette in her book has to say about it. But that's my personal interpretation. And Michele, the number on that's 22.
Yeah, we might give that, because we've got a few to go. We've got a few to get through.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
Yeah, we do need to just a couple of minutes. But ladies, if you want to connect more with the Astro Angels, then you'll join Bernie's community. You'll join Sondre's community. Go into the draw. There's a couple of mini readings that we'd love to give away. And then, as Sondre said, you can connect with each of them individually by message, because ladies, there's also some great feedback coming up, you know, in the comments, and the ladies can come in and read that afterwards. Kerry said, thank you, Bernie. I am grateful every day and say thanks. Yes, wondering what the best thing to do with the situation. So that was the reading that you did earlier there, Bernie.
Perfect.
So yeah, you can connect with the ladies. We can only do so much with within the hour. The ladies are also, for Karen Baker, who's a very loyal fan as well. Karen, tomorrow night, come into the wellness community at 6:15 to 7:15. These ladies are on all by themselves tomorrow night, and they'll be able to give some insight, and bring your journal, and bring your open mind, and bring your, you know, and the ladies can give you a reading tomorrow night because you are in the wellness community. I'd love to do a reading now for Natasha. She's donated some stars, which is beautiful. But Natasha, your question,
Natasha, thank you.
Natasha's question's actually, I feel like it's a little bit mediumshipy, and I'm not sure if you ladies want to take this on, but her partner, her question is about her partner who has passed. And do we have any messages? Well, I'm not a medium. We've got some great mediums in the wellness community. Not sure though about you, Bernie and Sondre.
I wouldn't say that mediumship is a gift. But as soon as you said Natasha's name before, I kind of felt really drawn to that name.
Wonderful. Well, let's pull a card for Natasha, and we'll see what we get. Thank you for the stars. And Natasha, come into the wellness community. We do have mediums in that in our community, but there's also I think
who's our really coolest medium in that group? Michele?
We've got Xavier. We've also got
oh my God, she's gorgeous. Natasha,
we've also got
Gwenda. Connect to her. Yep.
Gwenda as well, you know, has messages from the other side. So,
beautiful.
All right, you go, darling. You do one for Natasha. And
what
then,
about you, Burns? Is
Bernie, I might get you to, if you can pull a card for Trish Murray, because Trish is also one of our fabulous, you know, partners in wellness crime, or it's a wellness crime. And Trish was wondering about, I think Trish's question was around finances.
Okay.
So I might get Bernie to do that for Trish.
All right. Okay, I'm just having a wee scroll through this card that I've pulled out for Natasha. Natasha, this is your card, and I think this is spelt lazy, and it's called Revelation. And it is a beautiful card. It really seriously is. and it says lots of lovely things, but what it's talking about, it always gives a message, you know, like how you can align more fully to your soul and what is going on. And it says here, sometimes life throws you a curveball. Well, honey, there can't be any bigger curveball than what you're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, on behalf of the 3 ladies that are gathered here and all of the ladies that are actually on this call, we just send you a lot of love, and we hope that that supports you with what you're going through, because, yeah, that would be difficult. So it says here, sometimes life throws you a curveball and it feels like you have been hit by lightning. You probably do feel like that. Perhaps a romantic partner betrays you suddenly. Illness strikes someone is close to you. So no matter what the subject is, your task is to pivot and course correct according to the needs of the event, even if you don't understand what is happening. Don't second guess yourself. Yeah. Even don't second guess yourself. And some things are not meant to be predictable, and detours may be exactly what you need. Loss or bad news aren't the only options in your situation. You may just have been offered something you've always wanted, blah, 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 blah. Circumstances or worry may not have prepared you for the challenge, and you're in a big challenge. So the goddess Lizzie reminds you of the great goddess. You will never give you more than you can handle. That might kind of feel a little bit cliche, but your alignment to task, to surrender to what is in front of you, is a reminder that you can do it. So reach out. We are a community of extremely huge-hearted women who will love you and support you. So you're, you know, from my heart to yours, sending you blessings, and I hope that card really helps. Lots of love.
Thanks, Sondre. And Natasha, again, come into the community. Wednesday night, Xavier's on, and if you're in the audience, I'll let her know that, if you're in the audience, I'll let her know, and she can keep an eye out for you. Gwenda's on Thursday at 12 o'clock. I think Trish also can receive messages from the other side. So come in. We're all in there.
Yeah.
And so, Bernie, you're going to do one for Trish, our beautiful Trish Murray. And I think she's looking for a little bit of insight with finances, especially of the abundance, the energy of, so what planet did you say, Bernie and Sondre? What planet in abundance?
It's the new moon. It's the manifesting of new abundance, like what we're calling forth. Yeah, Bernie?
Yes. And it's the card that she has received, this beautiful Trisha, is prosperity lies ahead. New moon, new moon in Taurus. So again, new moon manifesting.
Yeah.
So it's just speaking here about when you're inquiring about a financial matter, or when you're doubting your self-worth. The other part is, do I deserve it? And is it mine? So this card also suggests that you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. Create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious. Venus, which Venus is actually in retrograde at the moment. So that's another loving energy. This card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan as well. This card also signals the start of new relationship. The relationship is, it can be a relationship with money, but it's also a new relationship with you. You know, value yourself, what we're talking about with the fawn, you know, giving away, you know, making somebody else more important. And it's all about the self-love, and it's all about, you know, my needs are very important too. No one else is going to fill up mine. I have to fill up myself. And we've been saying this week, whatever you give to somebody else, you must also give to yourself, because as a people pleaser, you're rarely getting anything back. You give, and on an energetic level, you're out of alignment, because in energetic, you must receive something back for what you give out. Earthly level, it's just you don't have a receiving hand. So it's just being able to value yourself, come back in, you know, and just put it out there as well. You know, this was something better. This was something better. Each new moon, every single month, make sure you manifest. You keep putting it out there. Maybe tweak a few little things. The other part as well is, just off that subject, is coming into the body And does, you know, just I want this money or whatever it is, just closing your eyes and listening to the body might say, I'm too scared to have that money. So if it's not in alignment, it's you're saying your one foot is on the accelerator and the other is on the handbrake, and it's like, I really want it, and the body's going, no, I don't trust somebody's going to take it off me. So it's just understanding what your body's, again, get the jockey, listening to the horse, and be able to, and as soon as you're in alignment, it goes, oh, I'm in control. Okay, so I can take this in. So there you go. Thank you, Tricia. Lovely.
And I love how it was. I love how the word was prosperity. So for me, the whole year, I have been so during a time when you know, it could have gone a lot of different ways. I mean, we have flourished because that's been my word for 2020. I am prospering. I am prosperous. You know, prosper, and you know, and it's all about that richness from the inside out. If you're feeling, as Bernie said, so I'm very excited for you, Trish. Prosperity.
Watch this space.
Oh, so good. Now, okay, so I've got Shell Cook and Lynette, Alison still on the list. Now, Shelley, we'd love to give you a reading, but the thing about it is that we've only got 10 minutes more. And so what I would say to Shelley, come into our wellness community. The link is in the post. Come into the wellness community, catch the girls tomorrow night in the wellness community. Their new show is starting tomorrow night. It'll be on every Monday, 6:15, 7:15. And also you can connect with the girls individually. Their link too is also in the post. And I know Bernie comes in every single day, and Bernie is doing Astro Insights every single day with all sorts of other gifts that Bernie has, and Sondre is the same, always in their communities, you know, sharing their gifts and talents and helping you to grow better in body, mind, soul. So Sondre will pull a card for Shell, and Bernie will do one for Lynette, and then we've got Alison left on our list. So ladies, is there anything else that we want to add? We've got the show, we've got Sondre's beautiful circle. Sondre, is there a date as such, or is it just get in contact with Sondre come into the next? I think you offer a complimentary first session.
It's a first session, and the first session is one-on-one with me, so that we can actually find out, you know, really if this is for you, if it's going to serve you, because there's nothing worse, you know, than investing some time and money into something you're going, oh, I'm not sure if this is for me. So the idea of the first initial, it's like a little mini consult, and I help you align and help you find your energetic feminine home in your body. And there's some other cool things that I show you during that time. But for most, it's profound. For most women, they have not been taught how to tap into this energy. So I prefer to do that one-on-one. So just be in contact with me. Happy to set those up. Like I said, circles run Monday morning and Tuesday nights. So yeah.
Wonderful.
With a new one starting by rumour sometime in the next week or so. Yeah, at a new time. So watch the space.
I love it. Now, this is for Shell Cook, and I don't have Shell Cook. If you're still watching, then drop a heart, drop a smile, drop something into the comments before Sondre pulls that card. Same with Lynette. If you're still watching, then we need to get a comment from you. Alison is also on the list, so if you're still watching, you need to let us know that you're still watching. We might wait for that, actually. I do know that Shelley Brewster's watching, so we might pull a card for Shelley, Sondre.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. I'll move to the next Shelley.
I think so.
Shelley, I don't know if you had a question, but the answer is a goddess that I hopefully am going to pronounce correctly, Quiridin, and the card message is potential. I'm sorry, but you can't get a stronger card than this woman.
Yeah.
She is in her beauty. She's owning everything that she has. She is aligned with all sorts of stars and glory. And so potential for me is about knowing what that feels like in your body. Because in order to be able to manifest and come out into your full potential, you need a deeper knowing of who you are. So that's one of the beautiful things that we do in Circle, is really tapping in to your full potential, to your power, because that's where we want to be, right? And so what this says, it says infinite potential. She is the Celtic goddess. She's here to remind you of your power, that resides in the womb and heart and chalice of your mind. That couldn't more align to the work that I do. I think I might nip that out of the book. Everything you need is coming together right now. As life reflections are shining brightly in your golden liquid, magical transformation cauldron, imagine greatness and there will be greatness. Yeah, what a cool card.
Yeah.
Shelby, that's pretty cool. Envision peace and there will be peace. Choose love, choose gratitude, and choose faith in the Divine Mother and the magic that flows through her. These are the only ingredients needed for you to get to work in transformation and bringing forth your true potential. That's a beautiful card, Shell. I hope that you really love it.
That is beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And now the other two ladies are beautiful. Lynette, yes, I'm still watching and enjoying watching. So Bernie's going to pull a card for Lynette, and then Alison is still here too.
Beautiful.
And she's been sharing with her friends, and they've been talking about our show session and the cards, which is great.
Oh, thanks, Alison. We really appreciate your presence and your sharing. That's really awesome. Yeah. Bless you.
So Lynette, she didn't ask a question, ladies, so we'll just draw a card for Lynette.
Doesn't need a question. All she has to do is listen to what's coming up. This is expecting powerful change. It's the new moon eclipse. Most of tonight it's been new moon energy or new moon cards, which is really good.
Yeah.
If you want an affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation that you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there's a powerful energies at work. Be prepared. It could be quite a ride. I usually say put your seatbelt on. And events that now could be even jarring and uncomfortable, just keep going with the flow. Any new directions you take will almost lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason. You'll appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is to have the courage to forget about the past, move through it. You're being put back right onto the path. There is nothing to fear. And there's this new portal that they say here. There's a portal opening up this week, which we'll be talking about tomorrow night.
Yep.
And the portal is all about our souls. It's like a big shopping center for souls that you actually step through, and then you just release whatever it is, empty out, and then fill up, and then you come back through. Yeah, and I'm just going, wow, what an alignment that is. So there you go, Lynette.
That's fantastic.
That's really fantastic. And we're going to end with Alison. So Alison Shearman also still here, but no question as such. So we're just going to draw a card for Alison.
All right, Alison, your card is the goddess Sophia. And to be honest, I never knew that Sophia existed until I got this deck, right? But look at her in all of her radiant beauty. And her power. Like, she's a very strong entity, and it's all about divine wisdom. Okay, so she says here, when you are disconnected from your higher power, source, soul, whatever it is you want to call it, you begin to believe that you are alone. You're alone in life, and it is wise to commit to a conscious and deliberate daily connection to your higher power, so that when you do forget this, you may come back into a place of intention. The goddess Sophia reminds you that it is the spiritual aspect of the invisible aspects that are the essence of your desire, and that bring it forth into a form. So you may be mistaking something false for divine guidance right now, and I think we've all done that. Right? We've all thought, we're on track, we're getting the right message. I need to find out, not quite, right? So in this daily practice that she's calling you forth into, amazingly enough, is the very practice that you'll learn in Circle. So if you're wanting to know about how to do that and how to really harness this energy of the divine wisdom that's within you, then send me a message, get in contact, get yourself to Circle.
I love it. And ladies, let's end on a woo-woo note, because I said to both of you when you came in, do you have a little bit of a woo-woo story? Do you have a story where, what is unseen and unsaid was, you really kind of had some bolt of enlightenment where you went, oh, there is something more?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Got a quick story, Bernie?
Okay.
All right.
So, when I first started to look for spirituality, you know, there must be something better than this trauma from inner child and the past from my childhood.
Yeah.
And so I looked for this soul coaching book, falling out in front of me. So when I was actually going through it, it was like you had to just to do lots of questions and stuff. And my daughter actually come up to me one morning, and she had such a nightmare, and she said, "Oh, you know, such and such happened," and I just said, "That will never happen." And she did it again, and going, "That will never happen again." And anyway, I'm just going, "Oh my God, I've got the exorcist." But what it was is I never had a voice, but that was my true voice that come up. And then after that, everything just opened.
Yeah.
And it was just, you need to know this, you need to know that. And I'm just going, oh my gosh, I've just opened up. It's like I've opened up Aladdin's cave and I'm home. So yeah,
That's awesome.
amazing.
So once you found the voice
Amazing.
within yourself, you started
Yeah.
to be open to all the voices around you that were leading you to somewhere better.
Yeah. It was just messages coming all the time. This is where we need to go, and this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
What about you, Sondre? Do you have that moment where you went, wow, this is a soul's calling?
Well, you know what? I had that moment. I had actually many, many moments through my childhood where I knew that I was divinely guided. And but my first, this is funny, Bernie and I were talking about this before on the phone. And my first, I had this fascination with the stars as a kid, right? I would be caught out, you know, I had one of those windowsills, you know, when you were little, you know, you could stand up on, you'd be plastered, like looking at the stars and watching what was going on. But my first encounter really was when I really started to go, oh, shut the front door, I'm really different than anybody else around me. I was probably between 5 and 8 years old. And I remember very clearly standing out one night after Girl Guides, which was something we had in New Zealand, and looking at the stars and being just like, I was totally lost in the awe of what it was that I could see, right? And my mother came up to me and said, oh, what are you doing? You know, and I'm like, oh, I'm just looking at all these stars. Like, imagine all the people that live on those stars. Imagine all of the universes that we don't see, right? That's pretty big coming from a 5 and an 8 year old, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Because the biggest thing we had was the Encyclopedia Britannica. We didn't have any of that sort of stuff. And of course, you know, we came from a very extremely staunchly religious household. So I was told that that wasn't true.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible, it says Jesus only came to earth, right? Whether you want to debate that or not is entirely up to you. But what I got was I needed to conform. And so, you know, as life went by, I always had messages. I always knew about people. I always could tap into a person's pain. And I could, you know, there's many experiences that I could tell you about.
Wonderful, but we're out of time, so it's a quick story that we need.
I could tell you hanging out with many angels. That's all I can say. But
and
stars are my thing.
I love that as a child that, you know, you looked up at the stars and wondered about all the people living up there. That is really, because children just know, don't they? Children know what they know, and we kind of beat that out of them. But there you were, you know, saying,
and I've never lost it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So I'm excited to be an Astro Angel.
Thank you for joining the Woo Woo Show. Sondre and Bernie are starting their own show tomorrow night in our wellness community, 6:15 p.m. The Astro Angels. Come and join them in that community. Join their communities as well. If you want to go in the draw to win a reading, you know, a couple of mini readings, all about you and using the Astro insights, then join their community. You'll go into the draw.
I'd love to see you.
Wonderful, ladies. We better get out of here. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night in our wellness community.
See you. Bye.